Coffee. Wow, what is that? Oh, is that from DeCapo?
Does it fit in with
Oh, yeah, it's a houndstooth coffee.
That's what I said.
Houndstooth
I
coffee.
said houndstooth. Yeah.
The name of your band,
Wow.
Houndstooth Coffee. You're tuned to the CKUA Radio Network, and my name is Grant Stovel. We're ensconced in CKUA's incredible LP library, and I'm joined by two amazing musicians from Southern Saskatchewan, second cousins Kacy and Clayton. And welcome back to CKUA, you guys.
Thank you.
And you brought you brought your 12-string with you, and your voices, I see, and you're going to give us some music. What are we going to hear first?
Well, we're going to play you the third track from our new album called the Rio Grande.
All right, from their new record, Strange Country, this is Kacy and Clayton on CKUA.
My sweetheart's down in Warristown, my bride's in El Paso. On the northern shore, the Lone Star State, on the south side, Mexico. On the northern shore, the Lone Star State, on the south side, Mexico. Have you seen the Rio Grande? And which way does it flow? Which way does it flow? My bay mare's in the saddle, my buckskin's in the stall. It's hard to know which one of them will treat me best of all. It's hard to know which one of them will treat me best of all. They'll throw you from the saddle, boys. They'll kick you in the stall. Kick you in the stall. Some poor boy's getting buried, and others just been born. The doctor does the best he can when he rises in the morning. The doctor does the best he can when he rises in the morning. But only God can tell which one gets buried and which one's born. Ooh. Oh, that's a fancy chord.
That's a pretty fancy sound. That's the sound of Kacy and Clayton here on CKUA. That's awesome. Thanks for being here, you guys. That sounds incredible.
We are very glad to be here.
So that's a song called Rio Grande from the new album, which just came out a few months ago as we sit and record this in the springtime of 2016. And rather excitingly, you guys were just in the Lone Star State not that long ago, right? Down at South by Southwest in
Indeed.
Austin.
Yes,
How'd that go for you?
It was a wonderful time. We were joined by some Edmonton locals, the Naked and the Dead rhythm section, Mike Silverman and Schuyler Jansen. And we sat on a lot of patios, ate a lot of tacos, and
We bought rain ponchos.
we went to Willie Nelson's ranch.
No way.
Yeah,
Was Willie there?
he was.
No.
We saw him play in a tent,
What?
in like a little Coleman 8-person tent.
An 8-person.
Just kidding.
Okay.
It was like it was a music festival tent.
So you went there with a bunch of Western Canadians. You played music. You ate tacos. You bought rain ponchos and saw Willie Nelson at his ranch.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good visit to Texas, I
it was
think.
amazing.
So you also have this really interesting new connection to Texas as well, as it's recently been announced that the legendary Roots label New West Records is picking up Strange Country for release stateside and elsewhere. Man, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does that feel? Like, do you guys have a connection with the artists? I mean, we're talking about like Buddy and Julie Miller and Steve Earle and, I mean, Corblund, for one thing, is on New West Records. They've put out some amazing stuff over the years. Chris Christopherson, Ray Davis. I mean, it's nutty.
It is nutty.
How does it feel to be like, I mean, here in Alberta and across Western Canada, we've known about you guys for a few years, but I have a feeling you're probably going to be making some noise in the larger world, and a lot of people are going to be finding out about your music in the next little while. Are you excited about that? Are you nervous? Are you apprehensive? How does it feel to you to be on like this international record label all of a sudden?
How does it feel? It feels like it's time to make another album.
Well, this one you made like over a year ago at
Yeah.
this point, I guess. So you're probably already kind of
We're ready to go on a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it feels good to have a label from outside of the country interested and promoting us. So
in some strange country.
yes.
Yeah.
So you have your own record label, as a matter of fact. The album came out originally on Big White Cloud Records, which is kind of a label that you sort of helped to found. Can you tell us a little bit about that record label?
Well, yeah, it's it's a kind of a group of us, Schuyler Jansen, Ryan Bolt, and Kacy and I, and some others. But Schuyler is like he's the man.
He gets things
kind of
done.
running it, and,
Yeah.
and his wife Angie, does a lot of work as well. So it's mostly their efforts that have helped with our release, and we've got a really cool logo.
That helps.
It's a cloud.
A cloud, and it's big
it's
and
in a
white.
blue sky.
Yeah.
It's pretty bold.
Isn't it the cloud
choice.
blue though?
The cloud.
The cloud's blue. It is.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
The writing inside.
there's
is
also
white.
a little record in the cloud, I think.
I think it's great because what if you put it on white, and then you have a white cloud? Then you'd have to like outline it.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart.
I
Absolutely.
believe it was designed by another Edmonton man, Jeff Sylvester.
Yeah, he's done some amazing work for record jackets over the years for all kinds of folks. Lots of connections between you and Alberta music. And Schuyler, of course, being the main one, he's an Alberta expatriate. He lives in North Vancouver these days, but he's also the producer of your latest record. How did you guys start collaborating with Schuyler? How did that spark begin?
How did it begin?
Well, Ryan Bolt
From
my
the Deep
friend
Dark
from the
Woods.
Deep Dark Woods,
Your
got
old band.
married. I believe it was the 4th of July a couple summers ago, and he asked us to put together a band to play at his dance. So Schuyler was in the wedding party, and we found out that he was a thumb bass man, played the bass with his thumb.
Right.
So we thought that was pretty good, and we got together with him and Lucas, another Deep Dark Woods guy,
Lucas Getz.
and our friend Piper, and we made a wedding band.
So did you play like wedding tunes?
No,
Like
no, we
Lady
can't.
in Red and stuff like that?
We have a very specific repertoire, so
We also got a curling bonspiel
yeah, that was our
gig
second
after
gig.
that,
Wow.
and then another wedding.
We've played 3 gigs.
We're looking for a 4th too.
Okay, well, people know how to contact
Yeah.
you through CKUA if
Yeah.
that sounds good to them. I don't know where you go after a bonspiel, mind you. It's pretty hard to.
It is hard to follow such an event.
Well, speaking of your repertoire, tell me a little bit about how you guys came by this. Like, you're so steeped clearly in this body of work, this incredible. I mean, that song Rio Grande to me is a real standout. It sort of brings all these different things together that sometimes I hear these classic sounds, but I can't quite put my finger on them. It got the beautiful, like, 12-string old-time blues sound and all these great old traditional folk kind of vibes, as well as the sort of nouveau folk of the 60s, right? That would, sort of brought that all back and this breath of fresh air. Where did you guys happen upon all this music? Because I can't help but notice you're not terribly advanced in age.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No wrinkles, eh? Well, Wikipedia helps. And yeah, we just, like most people, we're obsessed with Bob Dylan from an early age. And
How early are we talking?
I don't know, I was probably 14 or 15. Casey be 12 or 13.
I don't know too many 12-year-old girls that are obsessed with Bob Dylan, I got to be honest with you. So I have a feeling that maybe that lightning bolt came from somewhere in your environment or something like that.
Yeah, I had older sisters that were pretty cool. So.
Hip sisters.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. And did you guys like know each other well when you were growing up? Were you out in the countryside in southern Saskatchewan, as I understand?
Clayton was like famous locally. He was a local famous child prodigy.
Oh,
So I always kind of was jealous of him. But then I got him
but
to
then
play
we just
with me.
formed a band.
And then we weren't like fighting for attention.
If you
Like,
can't beat him, join him, right?
yeah.
And now you can continue to pitch that battle for a long time to come.
Yeah. It's true.
Yep.
So do you guys write music together? Because the funny thing about the band is when you go to see the group, unless you know otherwise, you might think that all the music you're playing is like traditional folk music. Even the originals, they just have that air of, longevity and there's a classic sound to it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how does songwriting happen? Is it both of you?
Well,
or-
yeah, we start songs, I guess, separately, sometimes together, depending how well we're getting along. And we're both really able to be critical of each other and our lyrics and such. So
We
it
really
works
like editing.
well. Yeah,
We
we
when
love
the
to
band
edit.
dies, we're gonna just be editors together. I think.
Just critique one another generally.
Yeah, just like, yeah, no, that is no good. I think I have a better option. And then that's kind of how our songs are written. Not too like beautifully, like we don't like sit in a cabin on the floor with like with our like little notebooks and like
Beanbag
our
chairs.
cats and stuff. But we like similar, not quite as majestic. We like sit in my basement or Clayton's basement. It's like somewhere where our parents can't really hear, 'cause that's pretty uncomfortable. With our notebooks, but no like cats or dogs or anything, and in like old busted up chairs
Yeah.
and in fluorescent lighting, and that's where we do most of our writing.
It's true.
It keeps it real, the fluorescent lighting. You don't want to be too
And we both wear reading glasses.
So are you writing anything for the new album? You say it feels like it's time for a new
We
record.
have like all our songs. We have 2 albums worth of songs
All right.
ready to rip.
Well,
so-
get on it, you guys.
Yeah.
So if you were to play one more song for us today, just hypothetically, what would you choose?
Wow, I would say, I don't know about you, Clayton. I don't know. But we're going to play a song called Dying Bedmaker. It's the last song on Strange Country.
Strange Country. Kacy and Clayton, Dying Bedmaker, here on CKUA. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Grant.
I won't speak ill of the dead. I will not speak ill of the dead. But I can't forget the words she said, lying in her dying bed. ever sing a soul lament before I ever do
Wicked. That's Kacy and Clayton. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Live here in CKUA's library.